Every creator eventually hits a wall where the raw hours required to edit a video vastly outpace the time it takes to actually film it. Breaking past that bottleneck requires spending money. You have to open your wallet. But exactly where you place those dollars dictates whether your channel scales up or bleeds out. Your first option is to buy back your time by investing in human capital. You pay someone else to sit at the timeline and cut the footage. Your second option is to buy up your production value. You invest in asset capital, licensing professional sound design and music libraries to make your own edits sound significantly better. This quadrant chart maps your exact position: available time on the y-axis, budget on the x-axis. High time, low budget is the hustler. Shrinking time but growing budget is the scaler. And low time with a high budget operates as the brand. When creators burn cash in a zone they don't actually belong in, their return on investment goes negative and the channel stalls out. Take a channel with 500 subscribers and zero ad revenue. Spending $300 on a single cinematic freelance edit is a fast track to going broke. Conversely, if you are using a video to sell a $2,000 online course, layering your audio with free, uncurated sound effects from a random forum sends a cheap signal to your prospective buyers. There is no universal correct amount to spend. Your production budget must scale in lockstep with the actual dollars your content generates. To do that, you have to diagnose your primary constraint. Right now, ask yourself if your growth is capped by your technical ability to edit or by the sheer lack of hours left in your week. Until you know exactly which of those two problems is holding you back, spending a dime is a gamble. This flowchart breaks down real-world tiers for freelance editors. On the human capital side, we see three distinct price nodes: $10 to $40, $50 to $120, and $150 to $500+ per video. At the $10 to $40 tier, you hire a beginner. The deliverable here is straightforward. You get someone to chop out the dead space, apply basic cuts, and allow you to hit publish every single week. Because you are paying absolute bottom dollar, the pacing will be simple. You will also spend considerable time managing the files and directing the workflow yourself. Moving up to the $50 to $120 tier puts you with an intermediate editor. These freelancers understand retention. They cut to keep the pace fast, they use intelligent zooms, and they make better B-roll choices to keep viewers watching past the first 30 seconds. They also format your content across platforms, carving up your long-form videos into vertical shorts and reels with scroll-stopping layouts. To operate at this tier, you have to commit to a fixed monthly budget. You also need to provide strict brand guidelines so the editor doesn't drown your footage in flashy, over-edited graphics. Finally, the $150 to $500 tier introduces professional, agency-level editors. They build complete narratives, design custom motion graphics, and actively collaborate with you before you even hit record. Paying $500 per upload drains capital fast. A weekly publishing schedule at this tier costs at least $2,000 a month in overhead. Unless a single video actively sells a high-ticket coaching offer or closes a real estate deal, paying agency rates will quickly destroy your profit margins. If you edit the footage yourself, we look at the right side of our decision tree: audio assets. The market splits into free files, subscriptions, and premium packs. At the bottom, you can pull audio from zero-cost sources like the Sonus GDC archive or Freesound. Because these databases let anyone upload files, the quality varies wildly. You will spend hours digging through low-resolution, uncurated files just to find one usable whoosh. The middle ground is a monthly software-as-a-service subscription, like Soundly or Artlist. You gain a massive searchable database right inside your editing software, but you add another recurring bill to your business. The moment you stop paying, you immediately lose access to the library. At the top end, you buy one-off premium sound design packs from industry providers like Boom Library or Krotos. These packs offer pristine, high-fidelity cinematic impacts. But paying $100 for a specialized audio library is massive overkill if you are just sitting at a desk talking to a camera. Your audio budget needs to mirror your visual standard. Putting Hollywood-level sound design over a grainy webcam video creates a jarring disconnect for the viewer. This comparison matrix translates everything we just covered into a concrete post-production blueprint for your specific situation. Looking at the beginner column, we have the fledgling, a channel with 0 to 1,000 subscribers. At this stage, you should keep your editing in-house or hire a cheap beginner. You need to keep your financial risk as close to 0 as possible while you figure out your on-camera voice. Moving to the growing column, we find the scaler, creators sitting between 1,000 and 100,000 subscribers. Pairing a $100 intermediate editor with a $15 monthly sound subscription buys back 10 to 20 hours of your week while keeping viewer retention high. Transitioning to the scaler phase requires you to manage the channel as an operational business with fixed monthly overhead. Finally, the business column maps out the revenue driver. This tier utilizes $300 editors and premium SFX packs to project pure authority. The goal is to build enough trust to convert a passive viewer into a paying, high-ticket client. But heavy production costs will sink you unless you have a bulletproof sales funnel operating in the background to capture traffic. The best investment in your post-production workflow is the single purchase that removes your specific current bottleneck. Nothing else. Even a $500 edit with premium sound design cannot salvage a video if your title is weak and the core concept is boring. True leverage isn't found by purchasing the most expensive tools on the market. It comes from aligning your capital to your channel's stage of growth.